How to negotiate the best price. A lot of you have asked that, you get into a situation where you're with an estate agent or you're in front of a vendor and you don't feel comfortable in negotiating the price down, you don't want to ask, or you think that if you offer too little that they're going to kind of throw you out the house and you're going to lose the property. So how do you negotiate? These are the methods I use. There's lots and lots of methods, but these are the ones that I use that have given me the best success over the years. So number one, the first thing that you want to do is research. So you want to know as much as you can about the house, the area, the vendor, how long has the house been on the market, what other houses have sold in the vicinity. So, it's a bit like market intelligence. Yeah, you need to know what is the competition up to, if you like. What are other people in the area up to? So, do your research. Find out off the agent what is the vendor's situation. Why are they selling? Where are they moving to? And all this gives you kind of inside information, if you like. So, it might be that they're moving because they want to be closer to a school where their kids are starting in September, and now it's August. So you've only got a few weeks. If they were moving and the kids are starting in September, but it's now January, well, you probably haven't got much bargaining power. It might be because there's been a deceased estate. It might be that there's been a divorce. There's a whole host of reasons why people sell and their motivation, if you like, for selling. Find out what that motivation is. Find out their reasoning and find out as much as you can. So do your research. The second most important one I would say is don't get emotional. So don't get emotional. At the end of the day, treat it like a business transaction. You either buy the property or you don't buy it. The price is either right or it's wrong. If it's right, great. If it's not, then don't get emotional over it, okay? So what you've got to bear in mind is the seller, 9 times out of 10, will be emotional. It's their beloved home that they've been in for years. They're attached to it. They don't think that anybody should have it cheap. They think it's worth, whatever price they think it's worth. They are going to be emotionally attached to it. You need to make sure that it's a business transaction. It's just bricks and mortar, and don't get emotional. Okay? So, and that's not to say that I'm not saying be horrible. I'm just saying that you don't need to show any emotion. Yes. There's plenty of houses that you can buy. If that one doesn't work out, then you move on to the next one. The third one is, and this goes for any negotiating really, is the first person to mention a price in negotiating will lose 9 times out of 10. Okay, so don't mention price. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So in negotiations, you don't know where they're at. If they're selling a house for 100,000, you don't know if they need 70, 80, 90, or even if they need the asking price. I always try to get them to give me a price first. Okay, so what's the lowest offer you'll accept on the property? Or what are you looking to achieve on the property? A lot of people will just say, oh, I'm looking to achieve the asking price, £100,000. But if you say to them something like, what's the lowest offer you're prepared to accept? They may say to you, well, I won't go any lower than 75,000. Well, your negotiating is now starting at 75,000. Always try to be the second person that mentions a price. The first person invariably will lose out. Okay? And then you've got something to start at. So if they said to you, I'm not going to go any lower than, let's say it's 80,000. I'm not going to go any lower than 80,000. You can then chip away a little bit at that 80,000. You could say, well, I wasn't really looking to pay more than 65, 70,000. Okay? But they've mentally set their standard at 75, and you've got yours down here at 65 now. So even if you meet in the middle, you've just got a property for 70,000. You might have seen it on my other videos. I do give an example of somebody came to us and said, do you want to buy my farmhouse? And I said, look, we don't really buy properties. That's going to be out of our price range. For investments, we don't buy any properties that are the cost of a farmhouse. So I said to her, even if I did, I said I'd be offering you something like 50% of the value. I had no idea at this stage what she was going to say. And then she said to me, she says, well, it's worth 650,000 and I'll be prepared to sell it for 350,000. So that was £300,000 off the price. Now, as I said, I wasn't interested in buying the farmhouse, not for 650,000, but let's just say I was interested, okay? She would have been at, the value would have been at 650,000, and I would have said, you know, oh, maybe I'll offer you 550 or 600. And she would have gone, yeah, great. But actually in her head, she knew she was prepared to go to 350. But by me asking her and getting her to tell me first, I knew, and I actually didn't haggle, I just took the 350. Okay, so we actually bought it for 350. But that could quite easily be me that wants to move to a property to live in, and somebody offers it me for 350 and it's worth 650. Okay, always try and get the other party to give you a price first. Okay, so completion date. One of the things that they're going to want to hear is that you can complete when they want to complete. So if they've got a property for sale and you're haggling over the price, let's just say you're from 100,000 and you're at 80,000, okay? You've got more chance of negotiating a deal if you can meet some of their demands. So if one of them is that they want to complete on a certain date, then go along with it. Complete on whatever date they want, okay? So it means you're giving something back, you know, you're agreeing to something there. So give them a completion date that works for them. Fifth tip is show that you can act quickly. If I can spell quickly. Show them you can act quickly. You're a property investor, you buy properties all day long. This is what you do, it's your full-time job, and you can buy quickly. You're not in a chain, you've got the funds are ready, whether it be cash or a mortgage, but as long as you've got the funds ready, or you've got a decision in principle, you can act quickly, okay? So that's the fifth one. Leave something to give. It's got to be a win-win. We want them to feel that they've also won. They've got a good deal. We don't want to rip people off here. We just want to get a good price, and they want to get a good price. You know, we want to get a fair exchange of value. Okay, so leave something to give. Now, what do I mean by that? So let's say that it's 100,000 and you're down to 70,000. You could always go back up to 75,000. Yeah, so you can give back, leave something to give, or you allow them to say, actually, you know what, I don't think 70,000, I think 75,000. So leave something to give, okay? And the final one, which is, again, really, really important, is be prepared to walk away. If it's not a deal, walk away. Okay, remember I said at the beginning, don't get emotional, okay? It's a business transaction. You're here, if you're a property investor, to make money, that's your business. So we need to make a profit. If it doesn't work and the figures don't work, just walk away. There's plenty more properties that people are selling, okay? Don't get emotional. Remember, you've got your costs. If you're a second-time purchaser or more, you've got an extra 3% stamp duty. So on £100,000, there's £3,000 gone straight away, okay? So remember, you've got all these costs. You've got added costs that a normal buyer doesn't have, okay? So be prepared to walk away from the deal. It's got to be right. And the last thing you want to do is buy a deal, put all your costs on, and then find out actually it wasn't really a good deal in the first place. Okay, so I hope that's given you a little bit of an insight as to how you can be a better negotiator. And as I say, it doesn't just apply to property. You can apply this to anything that you want. So as always, if you've got any comments, type them below. I will reply to all of them. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.